Fundamental theorem on integral calculus. If f of x is continuous in square bracket a comma b and function defined on g of x is equal to integration a to b f of x dx, where a less than equal to x less than equal to b, also continuous on square bracket a comma b and differentiable in round bracket a comma b, then g dash x is equal to f of x. Then g dash x is equal to f of x. Geometrical interpretation of differential equation of definite integration. Geometrical representation. Okay. Geometrical representation. Right on. Integration a to b f of x dx, integration a to b f of x dx geometrically represents integration a to b f of x dx geometrically represents algebraic sum of areas. Integration a to b f of x dx geometrically represents algebraic sum of areas from x is equal to a to x is equal to b. Geometrically represents algebraic sum of areas from x is equal to a to x is equal to b, comma, y is equal to f of x and the x-axis. Y is equal to a and the x-axis. So if I take this shaded region as A1, this shaded area as A2, and this shaded area as A3, therefore integration a to b f of x dx is nothing but area 1 minus area 2 plus area 3. Now we have to understand that area cannot be negative, but area can be subtracted. So area is not negative. We are adding the areas and we are separating the second part. So a1 minus a2 plus a3. We'll just write a remark after this. Remark: if f of x is positive, if f of x is positive in closed interval a comma b, then integration a to b f of x dx will be greater than 0. Okay, so remember this. If f of x is positive, यहाँ पे लिखेंगे f of x is positive in closed interval a comma b, then integration a to b f of x dx is positive. And if it is negative, then this will also be negative. So remember this, अगर f of x positive है in closed interval a comma b, तो उसका integration from a to b f of x dx will also be positive. अगर f of x is negative, then उसका area will also be negative. But the converse is not true. But इसका याद रखो, the converse is not true. Converse is not true. So remember this. Remark is basically अगर f of x positive है तो integration a to b f of x dx भी positive है. अगर f of x negative है then integration a to b f of x dx भी negative है. ये होगा possible है, but the converse of this will not be true. Remember this, okay? The converse will not be true. Second point. If integration a to b f of x dx is equal to 0, if integration a to b f of x dx is 0 and f of x is continuous in a comma b, then there is at least one root. Then there is at least one root of the function between x is equal to a and x is equal to b. So remember this. It tells us that if integration a to b f of x is dx is 0, integration a to b f of x dx तब 0 रहेगा जब उसके बीच में एक रूट एग्जिस्ट करेगा. अब एरिया कब नेगेटिव रहेगा पता है? एरिया तब नेगेटिव रहता है जब एरिया पॉजिटिव नेगेटिव रहेगा. लेट मी गिव एन एग्जांपल ऑफ दिस. ओके, नाउ थिंक ऑफ इट एज दिस कि एरिया a to b f of x dx पॉजिटिव नेगेटिव रहेगा. उसके ऊपर से वी कैन टेल यू वेदर द एरिया इज पॉजिटिव और नेगेटिव. नाउ थिंक ऑफ इट एज लाइक दिस. This is my x is equal to a, this is my x is equal to b. Okay, this is the value, this is my x is equal to a because a to b hai. This is your x is equal to b. Now if a graph is given to me, let's say for example this is the graph, ये मेरा graph है, ठीक है? This is the graph that is given to me. My area would be somewhere on these lines. See this. This is my area. I'll take this as A1. And this is my area. I'll take this as A2. This is A1. This is A2. If I add them, obviously this I'll consider this as a positive area. This is a negative area. And this is the root where it is cutting the x-axis. So here if I do a1 minus a2, ये 0 हो जाएगा, same area है, ये 0 हो जाएगा. It means that it is intersecting on the x-axis and therefore your one root will lie between that. Your one root will lie between that. So when I have x is equal to a, x is equal to b, my one root will lie on the x-axis and this is the root, and it can be any root. So this is what we have proved, that one root will lie between them. One root will lie between them. So you have to understand that the area will be from a to b. It can be any equation that is given to you. If I add them, because the basic rule tells you that upper limit minus lower limit, it means that I will have to do area minus area 2. The value will become 0. When if I have 10 here, if I have 10 here, it will become 10 minus 10 and it will be 0. Area is not negative. I will take I will subtract it. So अगर ये पॉजिटिव है, यहाँ पे बीच में नेगेटिव साइन है, पॉजिटिव 10 minus 10, यहाँ my answer will become 0. Has everybody understood this? Next, third point. Integration a to b d by dx of f of x is equal to f of b minus f of a, provided function is continuous in a comma b. Okay, function is continuous in a comma b. Okay, next, fourth point, substitution in definite integration must be continuous, differentiable and monotonic. Okay, substitution in definite integration must be continuous, differential and monotonic. So remember this, these are two very important steps, points. First is f of b minus f of a that we are aware of, and second is this part. Now if the question is given as next point, a to b f of x g of x d of g of x is given to me. Integration a to b f of x g of x is given to me. Now d of g of x is what? Let me explain this to you. So if I write the d by dx of g of x is equal to g dash x. In other words, d of g of x is nothing but g dash x into dx. Nothing but g dash x into dx. And since I have written d of g of x dx, now my limits will change. Okay, if I have converted in terms of a and b, so for me I know that if I say the limits will change, मैंने substitution जो भी किया है, अगर g of x a है तो x will become g inverse a. If g of x is b, then x will become g inverse b. Okay, x will become g inverse b. So this question, now if I have to write it, I can directly write it as this will become integration g inverse. Now if I start from a to b, so g inverse a is x will become g inverse a, x will become g inverse a, this will become g inverse b, and if I solve this, I have this as f of x, and this will become derivative of g of x is nothing but g dash x into dx. Did you guys understand this? Anybody has any doubts?
setting.
If g of x is the inverse of f of x, f of x is equal to c, f of b is equal to d, then integration a to b f of x dx plus integration c to d g of I dy is equal to bd minus ac is equal to bd minus ac. Okay. Now, according to the data given, what they are saying is कि g of x is equal to f inverse x or f of x is equal to g inverse x. Okay. In other words, I can say that f of g of x is equal to x and g of f of x is also equal to x. It means that they are inverse of each other because f of g of x is equal to g of f of x is equal to x. Basically, they are inverse of each other. Okay. Now I'll take f of g of x is equal to x, g of f of x is equal to x. If I solve this, okay, say for example, let's try to understand this key. If they have said this is the value and this is what is given to me, integration a to b f of x dx plus, now if I substitute, देखो ध्यान से, integration a to b f of x dx. Now we all know that y is nothing but a function of x. So g of f of x, okay, up g of f of x. Now I know that g of f of x दिए यहाँ पे g of f x and मुझे पता है कि f of x, y is f of x, तो इसका डेरिवेटिव will become f dash x into dx. Okay, let me explain this to you. कि अगर y is equal to f of x है, just write it here. If y is equal to f of x, y is equal to f of x, dy will become f dash x dx. And that is what I have written here. Now, for me, when I solve this, this is exactly like, it's of this pattern. Okay, f of x into derivative of g of x, that is given to it. The same pattern where it was here. Okay. So now when I solve this, the first part I have to do, I will have to solve this by integration by parts. So this is your u and your v will be 1. तो v को हम लोग 1 ले लेंगे. If I solve this, this will become u integration v dx minus integration of integration v dx into d by dx of f of x dx. This is from a to b. Okay, g of f x into f dash x. Now, for this, and when I solve this, exactly the same pattern that I solved, I have understood that this is nothing but it is of this form. Whatever we have written, exactly the same pattern that we are writing, where I will be changing the limits. अगर मुझे सेकेंड पार्ट में लिमिट्स चेंज करना है, ठीक है, सेकेंड पार्ट, आई एम जस्ट टॉकिंग अबाउट द सेकेंड पार्ट. ओके, फॉर द सेकेंड पार्ट, फर्स्ट पार्ट तो सॉल्व किया. फॉर सेकेंड पार्ट, इफ आई हैव टू सॉल्व, my c is something and my d is something. Okay, try to understand this. My c is something and my d is something. अब c क्या है? कुछ भी नहीं, y में दिया है, तो f of x is equal to c and f of x is equal to c. Therefore x is nothing but f inverse c and x is nothing but f inverse d. So x is nothing but f inverse c. This is nothing but f inverse d. Now if I solve this यहाँ पे, so see what will the second part become? Integration c is nothing but f inverse c. This will become f inverse d. g of f of x, ठीक है लिख लेते हैं, g of f of x into f dash x dx. What will we do after this if I have to substitute? How can I solve this and what is it? How can we proceed with this? इसके बाद क्या कर सकते हैं अगर मेरे को ये यूज़ करना है? If I have to use this, see what we have done. Cancel हो जाता है and then we integrate it and then we substitute the values. If I substitute any value, do I have any value here? What is it that f of x का value is given to me? Is there any value that I can substitute? Should I derivate? कहाँ पे y? f of x is equal to c. So if I put c here, वैसा? बोलो. What is g of f of x? Do I have g of f of x?
Yes.
What is it?
X.
X. g of f x x है and f dash x is nothing but derivative. Are you understanding this? f dash x is nothing. ये भी f dash x का derivative है. Are you understanding this? नहीं समझा. So this part So now, if I solve the first part, I will get x f of x from a to b minus, this will come integration x into f dash x dx. ठीक है, यहाँ पे है it is from a to b and this will become plus यहाँ पे भी भले ही मैंने चेंज कर दिया है, दिस इज नथिंग बट दिस इज एफ इनवर्स सी, सेम ही वैल्यू रहेगा यहाँ पे एंड बीच में इफ यू चेक हियर कहाँ पे क्या है, हाँ जी ऑफ एफ ऑफ एक्स. कैन यू टेल मी व्हाट इज जी ऑफ एफ ऑफ एक्स का वैल्यू? एक्स इंटू एफ डैश एक्स डी एक्स. डिड यू गाइस अंडरस्टैंड दिस? Anybody has any doubts here? अब यहाँ पे my limits are f inverse c and f inverse d. How will we proceed with this if I have f inverse c and f inverse b? Same terms है, these are my limits. What will you do after this? If I substitute, अच्छा, what is f inverse d and f inverse c? Because my limits are a to b and c to d. It is x and x is also, yes, c as f of x. We can take c f of x. तो उससे क्या होगा फिर? तो x आ जाएगा. बोलो.
But both values of x, won't that entire integration just become 0?
This will become 0. How will you solve this? If it's not getting cancelled, how will you solve this? Tell me. We're very close. Actually, we have got the answer if you pay attention, because वो पूरा cancel हो जाएगा if you substitute, obviously. See, because we have done exactly the same thing. Once you integrate this, मेरा limit change हो गया. उसके बाद हमने simplify किया. If I want to simplify this, f dash x को अगर सिंप्लीफाई करना है, अगर f dash x को सिंप्लीफाई करना, f of x का सिंप्लीफिकेशन इज नथिंग बट f dash x. वो सेम टर्म्स है, सेम टर्म्स. व्हाट विल यू डू? सी x is also equal to a, x is equal to b, x is equal to c, x is equal to 2. Did you understand this? So in place of this, I can actually write A here and I can write B here. And if I write A and B here, what will happen? This will get cancelled. And if it gets cancelled, my answer will be B into f of B into A into f of A. Guys, what is f of B? What is f of B?
D.
What is f of B? कैसे मिला?
पर
See this. F of B is what? D. And what is f of? Did you guys understand this? Next.
लोअर लिमिट नहीं है f dash minus g f of x से
Now, shifting property.
the name. Should put a 9 only. So this is 10.
Now, so in definite integration, there are sums without properties. There are sums without properties. Remember this. And they constitute of a good number of sums. Okay. Let's start with the first question. Value of 5050 integration 0 to 1 value of 5050 integration 0 to 1 minus x raised to 50 the whole raised to 100 dx upon integration 0 to 1 minus x raised to 50 raised to 101 dx. I have to find the value of this question. Very important question. Now how do we do this? We'll start with the denominator. See, we can't cancel it because ऊपर का इंटीग्रल अलग है, नीचे का इंटीग्रल अलग है. You can't cancel this. You cannot cancel integral upon integral. So we start solving this. That is 0 to 1 minus x raised to 50 the whole raised to 101. I'll write it here. Integration 0 to 1 minus x raised to 50 raised to 101 into 1 into dx. Now this is nothing but integration by parts, where this is your u and this is your v. I'm going to solve this by integration by parts. So when I solve by integration by parts, I know that this is going to be u and this is going to be v. So this will become u integration v dx minus integration of integration v dx into d by dx of 1 minus x raised to 50 raised to 101. You get dx bracket from 0 to 1. Okay, this is equal to this. This entire part is equal to this. If I simplify this, you get 1 minus x raised to 50 raised to 101. Integration of 1 is x minus integration x into. If I differentiate this, I will get 100 1 minus x raised to 50 101 sorry raised to 100 into minus 50 x raised to 49 dx, or this entire part. Okay, it's from 0 to 1. This entire part is from 0 to 1. This entire part is from 0 to 1. Now if I, here there is no integration. This part does not have any integration, and since this part does not have any integration, if I substitute 1, this term becomes 0. And if I substitute 0, this term becomes 0. So in other words, my first part becomes 0. So integration 0 to 1 minus x raised to 50 raised to 101 dx is nothing but my first part becomes 0 minus integration. Now if I combine this, x into x raised to 49 will become x raised to 50. Okay, and 101 into 50 will become 5050. So what I get is, this is minus here, बाहर minus रहेंगे, so minus 5050 x raised to 50, and this will become 1 minus x raised to 50 raised to 100 dx. And देखो first part का tension नहीं है, so I can put a curly bracket here. I'll put it here from 0 to 1. Okay, how many of you have not understood this? I've just done integration by parts. I've not done anything extra. I've just done integration by parts. Now minus 5050 आ रहा है, so for my convenience I'll just take it outside. 5050 integration. Okay, so 5050, if I'm solving this sum, what I have to be very careful is, अंदर माइनस माइनस प्लस हो गया, अंदर मेरे पास है x रेज टू 50, 1 माइनस x रेज टू 50 रेज टू 100 dx फ्रॉम 0 to 1. यहाँ पे है 1 माइनस x रेज टू 50. कुछ नहीं करना है मुझे. वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट स्टेप, 5050 इंटीग्रेशन, दिस इज माइनस एक्स रेज टू 50. मैंने काम कर दिया, मैंने ना बाहर यहाँ पे अगर साइन चेंज नहीं करते तो इजी हो जाता. एक काम करो, इसको ना ऐसे लिख दो, ऐसे लिख दो, ऐसा माइनस डाल दिया. दिस विल बिकम 1 माइनस एक्स रेज टू 50 माइनस 1, 1 माइनस एक्स रेज टू 50 raised to 100 dx from 0 to 1. Now why did I do this? If you pay attention, this will become minus 5050 integration. If I multiply this, this will become minus 1 minus raised to 50 raised to 101. Did you understand this? ठीक है, इसको ना ब्रैकेट में डाल दिया, पहले इसको एक्सपांड करेंगे. minus 1 minus x raised to 50 raised to 100 dx from 0 to 1. ठीक है, देखो लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में देखो क्या है, इंटीग्रेशन 0 to 1, 1 minus x raised to 50 raised to 101 dx. Now if I open the bracket, this term will come on the left hand side. It will become 5051 integration 0 to 1, 1 minus x raised to 50 raised to 101 dx is equal to, and if I open the bracket, I will get, if I open the bracket here, minus 5050 दोनों के साथ है, so it will become 5050, so it become 5051, ये हो जाएगा 5050 integration 0 to 1, 1 minus x raised to 50 raised to 100 dx. See, I have to find the value of this. 100 ऊपर चाहिए, 50 नहीं, 101 नीचे चाहिए. If I take it in the denominator, my final answer is 5051 upon 5050 is equal to integration 0 to 1, 1 minus x raised to 50 raised to 100 upon integration. इसके साथ क्या दिया है, 5050 दिया ना, तो we'll take 5050 on the left hand side. Let's take 5050 on the left hand side. Upon 1 minus x raised to 50 raised to 101 dx. This is my answer. So 5051 is the answer. And the most important sums. Very simple sum. Very nice. We started with the denominator and we got the numerator and denominator. Anybody has any doubts here? Now if you approach the next question in the same manner, okay? Zero to infinity, x square dx upon x square plus a square, x square plus b square, x square plus c square is equal to pi upon twice a plus b, b plus c, c plus a. Tell me, what do you understand from this question? Look at the question carefully और मुझे बताओ इसमें से क्या अंडरस्टैंडिंग आ रहा है. Is there anything we can do or we can understand to solve the question? X square plus 4, x square plus 9. Tell me.
We have x square plus a square.
We have x square plus a square. Where? This question and this question is the same. If I compare this question and this question, it's like this. So if I compare according to this, यहाँ पे 4 आएगा
2 square and 2 square.
and यहाँ पे 9 आएगा. So I've got A as 2, B as 3 and C as 0. So my final answer will become pi upon 2 into 2 plus 3, 3 plus 0, 0 plus 2. And if I solve this further, 2 times 3 times 5 times 2. Did you guys understand this? Anybody has any doubts? No type, direct solving. You solved it directly. Integration half to 2 e raised to x plus 1 by x into how will we proceed with this sum? Now we have to be very careful. X plus e raised to x plus 1 by x. It might look like a type. It's not directly a type. So I have to go step by step with the process. How do I go step by step with the process? ये ले लिया half, ये ले लिया 2. E raised to x into e raised to 1 by x. ठीक है? Here I am not doing anything as such. ये हो जाएगा x minus 1 by x dx. Anybody has any doubts here? What I have done is I have used the exponential part. E raised to a plus b is e raised to a into e raised to b. I have done this. Now e raised to 1 by x जो है ना, I'll take it inside. Now, if I take it inside, see what is going to happen. ये हो जाएगा half, ये हो जाएगा 2. ये हो गया e raised to x. This will become e raised to 1 by x plus x into e raised to 1 by x minus 1 by x into e raised to 1 by x dx. Now this has started to look like a type e raised to x f of x plus f dash x. Now if you carefully see this, let's focus on this. If I focus on this, iska x into e raised to 1 by x, if I take this as t and if I do u into v, u minus 1 by x square plus e raised to 1 by x into 1 dx is equal to dt, which is nothing but ये x और ये x निकल गया. I am left with e raised to 1 by x minus 1 upon x e raised to 1 by x. Did you guys understand this? So this part is the derivative of this part. So I will write, सबसे पहले I'll arrange it. So this will become e raised to x. This will become x into e raised to 1 by x in the first bracket plus e raised to minus 1 by x e raised to 1 by x bracket close dx, and this is from half to 2. Now this is the substitution that we used. E raised to x f of x plus f dash x is nothing but this will become e raised to x bracket में आएगा x into e raised to 1 by x, and this is going to be from half to 2. And all you have to do is just substitute 2 का value, just substitute half का value and get the answer. Have you guys understood this? So direct नहीं था, u into v direct नहीं था. I had to make it in the type e raised to x f of x plus f dash x. Did you guys understand this? Next, I is equal to integration 0 to 1 2 e raised to 2x plus 1 plus 3 plus x e raised to x upon e raised to x plus 1 the whole square e raised to x plus 1 the whole square dx. Okay, I have to be very careful. अभी कुछ ज़्यादा ही e raised to x आ गया, but ऊपर I have a constant term 1 2, नीचे it is e raised to x plus 1 the whole square, it is e raised to x plus 1 the whole square. Now if you want to split it, you can. Piece of advice, if you don't split it, that would be better. Now let's focus on the denominator. My denominator will become e raised to 2x plus x e raised to x plus e raised to x plus e raised to x plus x plus 1 the whole square. As of now, there is no breakthrough that I am getting in the numerator, so I'll keep it as it is, the whole square. 0 to 1 2 e raised to 2x plus 1 plus 3 plus x e raised to x upon e raised to 2x x e raised to x plus 2 e raised to x plus 1 the whole square, and यहाँ पे आएगा, if I put bracket here, it will become dx. So this is plus x plus 1 the whole square. Okay, if I take x common, it will become e raised to x plus 1. Depends on how we are going to solve after this. Now if I solve this, ऊपर and ऊपर I am getting 3 e raised to x plus x e raised to x. तो x e raised to x तो आ रहा है, 2 e raised to x का डेरिवेटिव भी प्रेजेंट है, 1 का डेरिवेटिव भी प्रेजेंट है, 0 है, x का डेरिवेटिव भी प्रेजेंट है. So it gives me an idea. Focus on this. e raised to x into x plus 2 e raised to x. E raised to x plus e raised to x becomes 2 e raised to x. अब x plus 2 ले लिया, अब चेक करते हैं, पूरे का डेरिवेट करते हैं. So if I take e raised to 2x plus e raised to x x plus 2 plus x plus 1. If you want to check directly here also you can do it, that's not a problem. मैंने कॉमन ले लिया है. So this will become 2 e raised to 2x plus e raised to x into 1 plus x plus 2 e raised to x plus 1 dx is equal to dt. इसको t ले लिया. Now this will become 2 e raised to 2x plus e raised to x plus 2 e raised to x plus x e raised to x plus 1 dx is equal to dt. And ऊपर देखो क्या हो जाएगा. This will become 2 e raised to x plus, अगर मैंने e raised to x कॉमन ले लिया, so this will become 3 plus x plus 1 dx is equal to dt. See this, 2 e raised to x plus e raised to x, 3 plus x plus 1. And whenever you use substitution, my limits change. जैसे t ले लिया तो dt हो जाएगा. This is where we'll change the limits. My original limits for x are from 0 to 1. For t, if I put x value as 0, this will become 1 plus 2 plus 1. This will become 3. And if I put 1, it will become e raised to 2 e square plus e plus 2. So e square plus e plus 2. So my now limits will become I is equal to integration 3 to e square plus e plus 2. This will become 1 by t square dt. Did you understand this? What is 1 by t square? इसका integration है 1 by t square. एक मिनट. 2 plus 1 plus 1 4 हो जाएगा ये. Sorry guys, this is 4. Sorry, this is 4. So my answer will become minus 1 by t 4 से लेकर e square plus e plus 2. Now just substitute the value and you will get the answer. Have you guys understood this? Anybody has any doubts? एक बार लिमिट चेक कर लो एक बार. अगर मैंने x का वैल्यू 1 डाला, तो 1 डालेंगे तो क्या हो जाएगा, ये e स्क्वायर, ये हो जाएगा e स्क्वायर प्लस e इंटू 3 हो जाएगा प्लस 1 प्लस 1, ई स्क्वायर प्लस 3e प्लस 2 हो जाएगा. ओ माय गॉड, ई स्क्वायर प्लस 3e प्लस 2, e square plus 3 plus 2 e square plus 3e plus 2. Yeah, now just substitute and you'll get the answer. Anybody has any doubts here? सब लोग समझा? Next, I want you guys to try this sum at home. Just tell me the first step. बोलो. How will you solve this? Very good. Root x plus 1 as t, you will get the answer. Lovely. ये बताएंगे, ये अभी करेंगे हम लोग. 0 to half dx upon 1 minus 2x square under root of 1 minus x square. Tell me, what will you do? One minus x square. 1 minus x square. 1 minus x square. 1 minus sine square theta will become cos square theta. Root of cos square theta is cos theta. 1 minus 2 sine square theta is cos 2 theta. And you will get 1 upon cos 2 theta sin theta. Did you understand this? अब उसके बाद तुम लोग कैसे सॉल्व करोगे वो तुम लोग घर पे रहोगे. मैं तुम लोग को हिंट देती है, बिगेस्ट हिंट. ओके, ये तुम लोग सॉल्व करोगे. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. Now you will tell me what will you substitute, guys. 0 to 1. Under root of x plus under root of x square plus 1 upon x square plus 1 dx. बोलो. 1 plus x square. 1 plus x square. X is equal to tan theta. Very good. X is equal to tan theta. ये एक से एक स्टेप है, तुम लोगों को आंसर आ जाएगा. X is equal to tan theta. So these are all ITF related sums. X is equal to tan theta. Theta is equal to tan inverse x. This is how we solve it. Chalo. Let's take this question. Yes. Tell me. First step. You do the first step, you will get the answer. बोलो. I'll give you a hint. Okay. Try to write this as a perfect square. Try to write this as a perfect square. Try to write this. देखो 2ab भी दिए है. This is 2ab. Figure out a square, figure out b square, and tell me how will you solve this. You have to make this as a perfect square. So think and tell me right now, how will you make this as a perfect square? Now if I add them, square root निकल जाएगा. This will become twice, and plus root 2 and minus root 2 will get cancelled. Did you understand this? Sure. क्या करेंगे फिर इसके बाद? ठीक है, एक बार सॉल्व करेंगे. We'll take this as homework. Okay. कैलकुलेशन थोड़ा ध्यान से करना.